Working as a chiropractor for 41 years, I saw a lot of people in pain and heard a lot of stories about being broken, not knowing what they had, how serious it was, and if it could be fixed. This gave me a lot of insight on the power of the mind. Have you ever taken the time to really notice that the story you keep telling yourself about who you are, good or bad, strong or weak, capable or limited, abundant or scarce, always seems to play out in your life? It's not just coincidence. Neuroscience shows that the story running in your mind literally wires your brain and programs your body to live out that reality. The story you tell yourself is the life you create. So let's dive in, because if your current story isn't serving you and you're not getting the results you would love to have in your life, the good news is you can rewrite it. And listen on as I will give you some tools to do that. Think about your daily routine. You wake up on the same side of the bed, drink your coffee from the same mug, drive to work the same way, talk to mostly the same people, and pretty much feel the same emotions you've felt for years. What's really happening? You're rehearsing the same story over and over again. Each time your brain fires the same patterns and your body feels the same emotions, your story becomes more deeply ingrained. That's called neuroplasticity. The connections between different brain networks get stronger and stronger. Here's where it gets fascinating. Science has shown that every thought you have produces a chemical. If you think a joyful, unlimited thought, your brain releases chemicals that make your body feel joyful and unlimited. If you think a negative, unworthy thought, your brain releases chemicals that make you feel small, limited, and unhappy. And here's the loop. The story you tell yourself creates your beliefs, which affect your thoughts, which create your feelings. And this dictates the actions you take and ultimately gives you the results in your life. And the results are usually in keeping with your beliefs. Over time, the cycle becomes your state of being. In other words, the story you've told yourself so many times, your body now tells it automatically. The truth is that everyone feels bad sometimes, and we all experience people and situations we don't want. And for some, life does suck. I've certainly had struggles in my life. I was on the Olympic struggling team on many occasions. No matter how many seminars I attended, how many books I read, or how much I meditated, I just couldn't get it together. Here's what I finally discovered. If something in your life isn't working, it's because of your current way of thinking and acting. Here is the trap, however. We secretly want a different life while still hanging on to the same old story. We expect our health to change, our relationships to improve, or our dreams to manifest, but we keep thinking, acting, and feeling the same way we always have. That's like reading the same book over and over, but expecting a different ending. Most people only change their story when life forces them to, after a crisis, a loss, or a diagnosis. But why wait until the pain is unbearable? Why not change your story now, by choice, through inspiration instead of suffering? So how do you actually rewrite the story you tell yourself? Here are 4 steps you can take now to start creating changes. First is awareness. Pay attention to your inner narrative, because most people are not aware of this and end up living their life on autopilot. What are the repetitive thoughts you tell yourself daily? I'm too old, I'll never succeed, I don't deserve love, I'm not good enough. Recognize those as storylines, not facts, and not the truth. Second is choose a new story. Imagine a future you desire so clearly that your brain begins to wire as if it's already real. Neuroscience shows the brain can't always tell the difference between a vividly imagined event and a real one. Live inside that new story. Number 3 is feel it now. Don't just think the new story, feel it. If your story is, I am healthy, strong, and full of energy, then embody that feeling today. When thought and feeling align, you enter a powerful state of being. And last, practice daily. The hardest part isn't the concept, it's making time every day to sit with your new story. Rehearse it and feel it until your body believes it. That's how you recondition yourself. If your inner story is one of lack, struggle, or unworthiness, that's a signal you're broadcasting, and life will mirror that back to you. But if your story is one of growth, possibility, joy, and purpose, and you align your thoughts and emotions with it, that's the energy you send out. And life has no choice but to reflect it. So let me ask you, what story have you been telling yourself? And where has it gotten you? And more importantly, what new story are you ready to tell? Because your story isn't just words in your head, it's a script your brain and body are rehearsing day after day until it becomes your life. If you want to change your reality, you must first change your story. So don't wait for crisis, don't wait for pain. Start today, start now. Write the story you actually want to live, because the story you tell yourself is the future you're creating. The power of changing my own inner story has made such a huge difference for me that I dedicated this chapter of my life to helping people in midlife and onwards shift their mindset and break free from limiting inner stories so they can live with power, purpose, strength, and vitality for many years to come. I call it the Thriving Mindset Reset, where we go deeper in releasing the blockages that keep you stuck. This fall, I'll be giving a live 2-day workshop with a small group of people to help you create a major transformation in your life using the Thriving Mindset Reset program. If you'd like more information, send me an email to the address found below in the description. And if this message resonated with you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs a new story, and subscribe for more insights on living with vitality, purpose, and joy. And remember, you're not stuck with the story you've been given. You're the author. With some guidance, you can create an amazing life. Next video, I'll share a secret related to our inner story. I've crafted an acronym out of the letters A, B, C, D, and R, as they're also the ingredients to one of my favorite magical words. And guess what it is? Find out next time.